There are people in the world who, even from a very early time in life, felt that their life would be part of some kind of great transition. Some kind of sea change in human civilization. Not a peaceful transition necessarily, but a great transition. And of course, we all want to give definition to these deeper feelings, but rarely do our definitions account for the real scope of an experience that's coming from a deeper place within us. This is not the result of an intellectual pursuit, as much as it is innate intelligence telling us something, orienting us in a certain direction in life if we can follow it. Sometime in fairly recent times, we crossed an invisible line where our emergence into a greater community of intelligent life would go into another stage, greater movement. Not by us, but by those around us in the universe who know of us. Greater forces. We don't know that moment and that time. We can't account for it perhaps in our own experience. We did not really create it. It just means we're part of life in a larger arena. An arena in which we have always lived. And now the time has come when our isolation is over. Prior to understanding this, people will think, well, we're in a great environmental crisis, which we are, or we're going to go through a tremendous economic or political breakdown and rebuilding. Or perhaps we're in a spiritual renaissance of some kind, a great spiritual upliftment and opening. Everyone trying in their own way, using different words and ideas, to give voice to an experience that we're all having, that life is changing underneath our feet. It's not going to be the same world, even of our parents. Many are hopeful, many are fearful. But somewhere in between, we need to take a position of clarity and objectivity, sobriety. Knowing the difference between reality and what we think, or want, or believe. Last evening I gave a definition of reality, a kind of practical, expedient definition. That reality is everything that is beyond our thoughts and beliefs. Happening. And we're either aware of it or we're not. Life is moving. There are other races in the universe who seek opportunity here. They will present themselves as benign. They've been watching us for a long time. They will speak to our aspirations. They will speak to our failures. They will speak in such a way as to give us the impression that they can provide these things for us, that we seek and cannot find. The answer to our great and growing global problems. It's all a deception. Clever. We think the universe is full of war. Our movies are like that. Films are like that, but it's full of persuasion. War is primitive to advancing races. Destructive and often needless. We're entering an environment of persuasion. Some people think, well, they haven't destroyed us, so they must be our friends. But this is thinking that war is the template for how nations interact with each other and the universe around us, and that is not true. But how would we know that? We would have no way of knowing that. It's merely a supposition, but who can tell? But the revelation from God has, for the first time in history, thrown open the doors to the reality and spirituality of life in our local universe. Things we need to know, we must know, if we're to make any wise decisions regarding any visitation to our world, or where we stand in the face of greater powers around us. What our advantages are, what our disadvantages are. The strengths of those who are coming here and their weaknesses and limitations. Things we could not know, still stuck on the surface of this one little world, in a great panorama of intelligent life. Only the Lord of the universe could give us this. But no race in the universe knows about every other race in the universe. There's so many things we assume to be true that aren't true. So many things we have never thought of that are true. In this great revelation about life in the universe, called the greater community. We're hopeful, but we're unprepared. We expect great things, but we're afraid that we'll meet others like us, only more powerful. We don't know where we stand. We don't know what to do. But life has brought us to this threshold, ready or not, willing or not, able or not. So a great calling is going out into the world now to bring this great revelation to people, and with it the awareness of spirituality in the universe, the realities of life beyond our planet, and what we must do to understand and face these things. It so amazes me that people don't know how to regard visitation to our world, and the reason is they know nothing about life beyond our world. So we put a human face on things, a human expectation. We look out at the stars and all we see is ourselves, our own thoughts and beliefs. We don't see reality. And those who do see reality begin to have a much more sober feeling about the great transition that we are now in. And there's no going back. In life, there's really never going back. There's only going forward or falling by the wayside. We have to keep pace with the movement of life. That's a challenge, but it's a good challenge. It's a necessary challenge.